A modern-day twist it is, where the ancestral curse has followed Charlotte into the present like a stalker in the algorithm, hiding in emails, family trusts, and old voice memos on locked phones. Same doomed love, same cursed bloodline, but now it's all happening in the here and now, where you can swipe right on fate, but you can't ghost a curse. Charlotte sat on the edge of the massive clawfoot tub in her flat above the bookstore in Camden, phone in hand, the chill of the old tiles seeping through her jeans. The room was heavy with the scent of old books and lavender soap, a strange comfort as she stared at her screen, waiting for a sign, a message, anything to break the silence. Wi-Fi flickering like a ghost with commitment issues, the signal dancing in and out, refusing to settle. Each time the bars dropped, her heart skipped, as if the universe itself was conspiring to keep her in the dark. Then finally Thorne had texted, "We need to talk, your family's will, it's not what you think." The words glowed on her screen, urgent and cryptic, making her pulse quicken. Below that, a photo, a grainy scan of an ancient contract. Handwritten, the ink faded and edges torn. Blood signatures marked the bottom, and there, unmistakably, was her name, etched in a script she didn't recognize. She hadn't signed anything, not yet. But the weight of the past pressed in, and Charlotte realized her choices were about to matter more than ever before. The curse, passed down through generations, was no longer chained to dusty portraits or locked attics. It had slipped its way out of the shadows, no longer content to haunt only the creaking floorboards and faded faces in old photographs. Now, it had found new life in the digital world, lurking in the places no one expected, a ghost in the machine, a whisper in the code. Now it lived in legal loopholes, digital copies, and cloud storage. The curse had adapted, evolving with the times, hiding in encrypted folders and buried in the fine print of contracts. It was as if the very act of scanning those ancient documents had given the curse a new way to travel, through fiber optic cables and wireless signals, reaching across continents in seconds. Her great-great-grandmother, Lady Isolde, had bound her descendants to a vow: no child of Ashthorne could marry a child of the Ravenshaws, and if they did, death would follow. The vow, once written in careful ink on yellowed parchment, now existed as a clause in digital archives, its threat as potent as ever. The family tree, once a tangle of names in a dusty ledger, now glowed on screens, mapping out destinies with cold precision. The Ashthorns were artists, writers, and lawyers now, bohemian and baroque, but cursed all the same. Their creativity flourished in the city's hidden corners, their lives a blend of old-world charm and modern ambition. Yet beneath the paint and poetry, the curse lingered, shaping their choices, their loves and their fears. The Ravenshaws, corporate royals, tech empire builders, their world was one of power lunches, high-rise offices, and digital dominance. They thrived in the glare of screens and the hum of servers, building their legacy with algorithms and ambition. And Thorne, the heir to Ravenshaw Cybersecurity International, with cheekbones sharp enough to slice irony. He moved through the world with calculated confidence, a man who understood both the power of secrets and the danger of breaking them. Charlotte stared at her laptop. The blue glow flickered across her face, reflecting the weight of generations and the urgency of the moment. She could feel the past pressing in, as if Lady Isolde herself was watching from the shadows. A message from the family solicitor pinged in, urgent, before midnight. The subject line pulsed with anxiety, a digital echo of the curse's relentless ticking clock. If you don't accept the Ashthorne estate by 12 a.m., it defaults to the Ravenshaw family by bloodline clause. The law, as cold and unyielding as the curse itself, left no room for hesitation. Midnight was more than a deadline, it was a line between inheritance and oblivion. And the curse, well, some things aren't legally binding, but they still kill people. In the digital age, even the oldest ghosts find new ways to haunt us, and some legacies are impossible to escape. She turned her phone screen off, the blue glow vanishing into darkness. The silence that followed was heavy, almost suffocating, as if the world itself was holding its breath. She stared at her reflection in the black glass, her trembling hand barely steady. Her heart thudded in her chest, each beat echoing her fear and longing. She loved him, more than she'd ever dared admit. God help her, she did. The truth of it ached inside her, sharp and undeniable, as if loving him was both a blessing and a curse. But if she claimed the estate, the curse might fall on him, binding him to a fate he never chose. The weight of that possibility pressed down on her shoulders, and if she didn't, she'd lose everything, her home, her history, maybe even herself. The choice was impossible, tearing her in two. From the dark of the hallway, the antique mirror flickered, casting strange shadows that seemed to whisper secrets from the past. Her grandmother's voice echoed from nowhere, soft, spectral, and full of warning. Love always asks for payment, child, and sometimes, the cost is everything. In that moment she understood. Love's price was never simple and it was never small.